Horrific pictures have emerged of an asylum seeker who was allegedly tortured while in detention in Indonesia. Police say the 28-year-old escaped from the detention facility and was found dead a day after he'd been recaptured. They say his body had injuries consistent with torture. Indonesia correspondent Matt Brown reports, and a warning: this story contains some very disturbing images.
At the Pontianak detention centre in West Kalimantan, a bid for freedom has ended in death. The asylum seekers escaped by using a spoon to scrape a hole in the ceiling of a cell, only to be recaptured and returned to the centre by police.
They were handed over to us in good condition. The detention chief said not to abuse them, but there has allegedly been some abuse from our staff.
The next day, one of the men, a 28-year-old Afghan, was found dead and taken to the local morgue. Police say a doctor found the asylum seeker died after being beaten with a blunt object, and there were other signs of torture, apparent cigarette burns and marks where his wrists were bound.
From the autopsy, we found the wounds were caused by a blunt object. Blood had come from his mouth and his nose, and the cause of death is physical abuse.
2 guards have been brought in for questioning, but they're yet to be named as suspects. Asylum seekers have also been wounded at the Surabaya detention centre on Java. They say they were beaten by the guards when they resisted attempts to transfer them to Pontianak last week. The chief of security at the centre confirms there was a scuffle, but he says the guards did not cause any injuries. The UN's refugee agency says the man who died at Pontianak was a registered asylum seeker, and it's deeply saddened by his death, but it's still waiting for more information from the authorities. Matt Brown, Lateline.